Hey, it's Jen, Bitch in a Hurry, Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the new moon in Sagittarius on December 7th, 2018. This new moon, blunt, extreme, but this has got a theme of like hope and optimism through wisdom, through making things happen, you know, through not being afraid to enjoy yourself and have a little bit of fun, not being quite so serious, you know, looking for ways to connect with other people, focusing on your relationships, on your family, and seeing like things that happen more as like an adventure than a problem. There's a lot of energy in this new moon, so just take the time to enjoy it. I know sometimes it can be a lot. New moons, people set a lot of intentions and you know, you have all these things that you want to do, and sometimes they just don't go the way that you want. But for Taurus, we really want the Taurus to be selective during this particular season, this new moon. Being selective is really important for you guys. I have a new deck that I'm using to clarify my Shadowscapes Tarot. It is the Everyday Tarot by Biddy Tarot, which I really love. It's very small and it doesn't overwhelm my hands. The cards are really nice stock and they feel really good in your hands. So, although I'm not getting many clarifying cards right now. So we're going to start out with the regular part of the reading. You have the Seven of Cups. And the one thing I said was, you know, to be selective this month. Well, here you go. You're overwhelmed. You know, do I go this way? Do I go that way? She's saying go over here. He's looking at the ground. You know, cups are all over the place. Nobody knows what's happening. So you may start out feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And this could be why. The next card you have is the Star, which is the card of wishes coming true. Things that you want to be, do, and have. All of that stuff. And that's great, except for sometimes it can be a lot when you're already emotionally kind of overwhelmed. You can be, do, and have whatever you want. You're like, I don't know what to dream. I don't know what to wish. I don't know what to do. And that goes back to the theme for Taurus this month, which is to be very selective. Next, we come up with the Lover's card. And this says to me, this isn't so much about a romantic partnership. This says to me, choose the things that make you feel like you're getting the other half of you. Like, if it's a job and you're interviewing for a couple different jobs and they're all different amounts of money, but there's one job that makes you happy and it doesn't feel like work, then that's the job for you. It's that kind of thing. Be really selective and only do the things that bring you joy. That will help you get out of this overwhelm right here, because if there are things that do not bring you joy and make you happy, if you don't do them, they're immediately off your radar, and that's what you've got to clean some of that up. You've got a lot of stuff kind of floating around. And with all that happening, you have the Four of Swords here, which says time to take a rest, take a little respite, evaluate. Let's see what's happening here. Let's decide how we're going to move forward, but let's take a step back. You know, she's taking a step back and she's like, okay, let's see what's going on here. What are we going to do? But definitely some time to evaluate so that you can be selective like you want to be. You can be selective, but you can't be selective when you're all over the place. And even when you have all of these opportunities, if you're all over the place, you can't even accept the one opportunity that you want. Now the good news here is you end up with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is emotional fulfillment, emotional well-being, full circle moment. So that tells me you're going to progress, right? From here, the Seven of Cups of overwhelmed, crazy, I don't know what's going on, what do we do? I can't decide what to do. You progress all the way up here to the King. So that says to me that this new moon in Sagittarius is going to be a really great thing for you, and you're going to be able to work some things out and decide where you need to go and all of those sorts of things. Now, on this Seven of Cups card, you get the World. And I guess that what that says to me is that you are going to be able to take advantage of the parts of the Star that, you know, the Star that's coming to you, that's saying, hey, you know, wishes come true. What do you wish for? What kind of prosperity do you want? She's got all these fish all around her, and this World card shows up. So I think there's no limit to what you can do and what is available to you, especially given that you have the Star card. But you got to clean this up first. That's the thing. And I think that's a really nice thing to know, is that when you clean that up, then you are going to have the World, the Star, available to you. So this Star card, what is it? What is it that it's a whole dreams, wishes come true kind of thing, but what does that pertain to? see if we can get some clarification on that, on what that pertains to. Let's see, this one kind of came out. The Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords most often is Secret Keeper's card. Maybe there's something that you've been working on in secret, and maybe you have a wish or a dream that, I don't know, you haven't felt comfortable telling anybody about. Well, you know what? You have this card that says dreams come true, wishes come true. There are things that you want. Maybe you haven't told anybody. Maybe you've kept that a secret. Maybe you have something like that you've always wanted to do that you just thought people would think was silly, so you kept it to yourself. And you know what? That's telling me that it's not time to keep it to yourself anymore. It's time for you to pursue this out in the open. That maybe it's that thing like we were talking about here that makes you feel complete. Maybe it's that thing that's the other half of you that makes you happy. It's time to come out into the open with that and not hide it anymore. It's time for you to be okay with sharing that with the world. Now we have the Lover's card here. Let's see what can we find out about that. What is it that we're looking for with the Lover's card? Just a little bit of clarification on that for Sun, Moon, and Rising Taurus. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So I do see this as something that is in your practical life. It's about rebalancing. I love the Two of Pentacles because it says to me, some people say like it's juggling things back and forth, and that can be true, but I also see it as building the foundation. So, you've got these two people here, the lovers, the two people, the yin and the yang, and you have these two pentacles here, the even balancing. So this is like, maybe you won't have the full fruition of this moment, but build the foundation so that you're ready when that comes. That's what that says to me, is build that foundation, and you will be ready when that opportunity comes for that relationship, that job, that offer, whatever it might be that makes you feel whole and amazing and happy. Be ready for it. And if you're like completely and totally organized and ready to accept that, you'll be able to actually reach your potential in that way, versus if you're still here, if you're still hanging around here, looking around, overwhelmed, confused. Now we've got the Four of Swords, and I'd like a little clarification on the Four of Swords. We get the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords oftentimes does talk about a journey. Sometimes it talks about moving away from something so that you can evaluate. So you're going to take some time. But obviously, whatever you have going on, it's very important that you take some time and evaluate it. And that you see it from different perspectives. Like here, this is often a card of travel, moving away from something to look at it a little more clearly. And here, you have the same thing, respite, taking a break so that you can see more clearly. So you're going to want to definitely employ your objective, smart mind to this. And like I said, you may need to travel away from the situation to look at it more objectively so that you can decide if it is truly right for you or if it's something that's just causing you the overwhelm, where you don't quite know what to do next. So here, next we have the King of Cups. I'd like to get a little bit of clarity on this King of Cups. What does this mean for Taurus, for this new moon in Sagittarius, this interesting time that we have coming up? What does this King of Cups pertain to? There we go. They're new, so they still like to stick together a little bit. This King of Cups, you get the Ten of Cups to clarify it. And Ten of Cups can be the marriage, family, happiness card. So all of the things you're working for are going to bring you some very serious emotional happiness and well-being. And I want to point out these little turtles down here, okay? Just because this is on the way doesn't mean that it's going to come overnight. And that's what those turtles always remind me, that it's not going to show up overnight. So this is on the way for you. There's emotional fulfillment and emotional clarity and peace. And like this, look at this. You got this happiness, family reunion, all of these wonderful things. Just know that they may not show up overnight. And that's the most important thing, is that, we set a lot of new intentions at these new moons, and we try to make everything happen in that month. And it doesn't always work that way. So Taurus, I hope you are encouraged. I hope you have an amazing month. I hope you enjoy the new moon, and I will talk to you very soon.